Hi, my name is Stephanie, and welcome back to Ready and Rooted Homeschool. This week, I want to talk about some things that I've purchased recently to prepare for my daughter's pre-K 4 year, things that we will be using for our curriculum or that I'm just going to be using for homeschool in general. So, let's get into it all. A lot of this I have bought slowly over time, or I purchased on Prime Days this year. However, realistically, I bought it all on Prime Days and then I compared the prices to like a week later, and they were all pretty much the same. So, anyway, um, let's get rolling. So, I purchased these geometric plastic pattern blocks. I was looking ahead in some of the Math with Confidence curriculum, and I think we can use some of these for that, just as different manipulatives, as well as using them when there are some like shapes and pattern stuff in that curriculum. So these were an Amazon purchase. The next thing that I purchased, I have been debating getting for a very long time. Let me see if I can open it quickly. My 4-year-old is super excited about this. She's seen it and she's very excited to use it. So this is a working timer. And so you can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think I have to put batteries in it. But yeah, I do. But it's a clock timer, and so it'll slowly kind of tick down until our time is done. So I'm going to use this both for working school minutes as well as like independent play, because right now we do have some trouble with my oldest wanting to independent play while I need to get like cleaning stuff done or something like this done. So I think having a clock tell her when she is done or needs to stop or start or anything like that is going to be helpful. So I've been thinking about getting this for a while. I think we're probably going to use it a lot in the years of homeschooling for how long we have to do things. Also, if eventually we want to do any sort of testing, it does go up to 60 minutes, so we can do that as well. All right, next thing, these were actually dollar store purchases, and I thought I purchased coins because I'm pretty sure we need some coins for Math with Confidence. But I did purchase play money. I thought I'm actually purchased coins, but I do not know where they are. I think my daughter found them and is playing with them secretly. But so I purchased some play money, and then I purchased counters. We currently have like the block cubes that we use for counters in preschool math at home, but I just purchased these counters going forward with our 10 frame stuff in Math with Confidence level K, as well as the rest of preschool math at home. These are just going to make my life easier as opposed to using the blocks. Totally unrelated, but these came in my Amazon package. They're push pins. They are for our Me on the Map unit. I got a ton. Okay, these two books I purchased actually at Costco. So I'm super excited. This is my book about me. And so we are doing the Me and My Family Tree. We are doing the Me and My Amazing Body. And so I thought I'm going to flip through this slowly and kind of see pages that I can relate to each of those units. So for example, oh shoot, I just had it. My house. So this would be great for the me and my place, Me on the Map unit. So we're going to do that. And I'm just going to kind of flip through and mark different pages that I want to use for that. So that is that. And then also I've got the Sing the 50 United States from Cat in the Hat. I got that at Costco as well. And I just thought this would be a fun way for us to work in that when we were doing the Me on the Math unit. So these two books I got at Costco. Lamination sheets. So I want to laminate our 5 frame. And then with the All About Reading pre-reading, I did not buy the word cards or the flashcards or anything. I am going to make them on Canva myself, and then I'm going to print them out and laminate them. Is that going to be cheaper? I don't know, but we're going to do it. Kind of along the same lines, this is for me as well. These are just organizing, dividing sheets I got on Prime Day. I'm going to go through in another video how I organize and prep for our school year. I have a whole kind of organization method that I want to kind of go through. I have some of it on my computer, some of it I'm printing it off and putting in a binder. All different topics for a different video. Let's get back to what I'm doing. Okay, so the next thing that I got, which I have not technically opened this yet, is some magnetic letters. So we have magnetic letters. They end up everywhere but where I want them. So some are on our fridge, some are on our whiteboard, some are in our toy boxes. So I don't know. So I wanted somewhere that I could keep all of our letters organized so that we could work on writing. I also wanted multiples of each letter. So I went ahead and bought this kit that has magnetic letters, both uppercase and lowercase. So here's I. So right now, obviously, we are still just working on letters and letter sounds, but as we go, I think this will be very helpful for learning words and putting words together and writing words. So we have this box of all these letters. It also has like question marks and then some dry erase markers and an eraser. And then it also came with a whiteboard. So I think maybe not this year, but definitely in future years, I'm probably going to be using this a lot more. Hopefully we will start using it this year. So the next couple things are all books that I got related to the units that we were going to be doing this year. So our Me and My Amazing Body, Me and My Place in Space, and Me on the Map. So the first one that I got, so the main spine for Me on the Map is Children Around the World. I think it's a DK book. I own it already, so I did not purchase that. So that's why you're not going to see that one. But in related to our Me on the Map unit, I got this Street Through Time, which I was flipping through, and I am so excited. This is such a cool book. I cannot wait to look through it with my daughter. So like the Viking Raiders, and then it goes into the plague strikes in the 1500s and how a street would look. And then we get into, let's go into like from town to city, late 1800s. And then it goes up to the street today, and then a street in the future. And I just thought this book was so clever and so cool. So it goes through all the different time frames. I believe it starts with this, so it even starts like Stone Age. So as we get into upper years and we're doing more of like ancient history and early years, this I think will also be a great reference book for that as well. So multi-purpose book. I am super excited to start reading it and start using it. But I think we are going to use it more like the later time frames for the Me on the Map unit. So the next book is one of the books for the Me and My Family Tree. Now, some of the books I could get at my library and other ones I couldn't. So I ended up purchasing this book on Amazon because you'll read this book in a couple weeks, okay? But once I get older, or how about this? We'll read those books in a couple weeks, okay? Okay. I don't know where I left off. Because I thought I would really like this book, and I just saw the quick description, and I was like, you know what? Let me grab this one for our Me and the Family Tree unit because it is one of her recommended books. Our library doesn't have a ton of the books for that unit, so I thought, I am going to try. I'm going to buy one, and this is one that I picked. Ohana means family. Very beautiful illustrations. It's a very sweet book. So I love it, and we're gonna use that one. next book that we got. So I'm really trying to work on building up like our resource library at home, and so this purchase was one of is a purchase leading to that. All of these purchases. So just starting to build over the years. I know I will build a reference library at home, but I want to start slowly accumulating it, so that it's not all at once. I'm purchasing a ton of books. So my first human body encyclopedia from DK. So this is going to go with the Me and My Amazing Body unit. It's got all sorts of information in here, from joints, eyes, brains, and the senses. And they really kind of like blow things up and make it more like digestible for little kids. So we are going to use that for the Me and My Amazing Body unit. And then we also have my first space encyclopedia. And then this one also just for the Me and My Place in Space unit. It has information on rockets, the space stations. Again, just a very like beautifully done book. Simple. The words are pretty big. Lots of good pictures for kids to look at. And that was that. So a lot of stuff was books. I do tend to lean a little bit more Charlotte Mason. So I think the majority of what we will be using in our homeschool is books. But just some additional resources. I'm trying to keep things relatively low cost for us. Obviously, there is a cost with choosing to homeschool your kids, but I am trying to keep it low cost. But these are just a couple of things that I purchased to kind of round out some of the things that we need. My next big purchase that I do need to make is a like homeschooling cabinet. So right now we have like a bar table in our front room, and that is just where I store all of this. And it is driving both myself and my husband crazy. So we need to purchase some sort of cabinet that we can kind of close off that will store all of our homeschool stuff. We do have like a craft cart for the girls that sits in their playroom, but I need another place for more crafts and stuff. We have our office, but that's kind of mine and my husband's stuff. So anyway, I need something that's quickly accessible. So, and that's where I think I'm going to store a lot of like these books that I want to specifically use for different lessons. And that aren't just like the books that my girls can like freely pull off the shelves. I don't know. They may go there too. Just, it is what it is. Anyway, so that is all that I purchased recently going into our pre-K 4 year. I also, and that's pretty much just what I've purchased in the last like month and a half for our preschool year. So yeah, if you have any questions on anything that I purchased, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. I try to post once a week homeschooling mom content, mostly focused on what I'm using for homeschool, how our homeschool is going. I do currently have a pre-K 4 and then a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. So I will also probably post some stuff regarding what I do with the 2 and the 4-year-old. As much as they are not in their educational years, it's still important to engage them in different activities for them. So I probably will have a video coming up soon on the 2 of them as well. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.